Hello and welcome back to Women's Football Talk, the YouTube channel that brings you all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. And today we're continuing with our WSL preview of each team, and we are looking at Manchester United. Now, last season, Mark Skinner's side finished in their best ever position since being in the WSL, in finishing in second place, and have secured themselves a Champions League playoff football where they'll be playing against PSG. However, looking ahead to this season, there's been a few changes at the club, obviously losing Anna Battier and Alessia Russo as free agents this summer, as well as quite a lot of other players, but they have signed some really exciting players this summer, the likes of Hinata Miyazawa, JC Ferreira, Irene Guerrero, just to name a couple. And I think it's going to be a very good season for Manchester United. I don't see them falling off like some people may expect. I think they're still going to be a very, very strong team heading into the 23-24 season. Can they challenge Chelsea again for the title or go that one step further and win the title themselves? It obviously remains to be seen. But with the amount of changes, I really expect them still to be a very strong side. Obviously, goalkeeper situation, there was a lot of talk towards the end of the transfer window about Mary Oates' situation and her future, but she said in an interview with ITV while she was away on England duty that she's fully committed to Manchester United, fully committed to giving her best for both club and country, and I'm expecting her to be the same way throughout the season. A player I'm excited to see this season for Manchester United is JC Ferreira, signing from Barcelona. Looked really good in the few pre-season games that has happened already for Manchester United, and I think her skill, her shooting and her pace is just going to be something that will absolutely terrify defenders, and I think she's just going to be one that you think, wow, how have Barcelona managed to let her go and be such a massive coup for Manchester United. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how this Manchester United team play out throughout the season. Obviously, if they do beat PSG in the final qualifying game, then they will go into the group stages of the Champions League, which will be a massive achievement for Mark Skinner's side. Is there the same pressure this season to try and finish in second place? Obviously, they got to the FA Cup final where they ultimately lost to Chelsea. So obviously, it remains to be seen what is Manchester United's expectation this season. Obviously, the fans want them to go that one step further, win the title, win the FA Cup, and get into the Champions League group stages. But can they do it? Obviously, remains to be seen. And how well will the players that are coming in this summer settle in? And again, even I've just thought of another player that they signed, Melvin Millard, on loan, deadline day signing from Lyon for this season. I think that is an excellent coup. 23-year-old French winger / striker will be really firing in on all cylinders for Manchester United. So some good purchases from them this season, and I really am excited to see how they can get on. A look at their opening games through October. They start off with an away trip to Aston Villa at Villa Park, before facing Arsenal at home, and then the final two games they have in October are at home to Leicester City and away to Everton. So three very winnable games there: Everton, Leicester and Aston Villa. You can say they can definitely win those games, and then that game Friday night against Arsenal, all eyes will be on that because of Alessia Russo returning to Leigh Sports Village, and obviously the two sides finishing two of the top three positions last season. Man United pipping Arsenal to go that further step in the qualification of the Champions League. So there's all that to be discussed in that sense. But I think Manchester United can have a really strong season as long as they get the stuff clicking and everything going right for them. Second place or even a first place definitely isn't out of the question for them. It just remains to be seen how they can get these results, and can they get off to a firing start and not have that hump of not beating Chelsea, because that is Manchester United's main hump at the minute, or stumbling block in the WSL, is getting that result over Chelsea. If they can get that, then you could be saying, okay, this is Manchester United team is serious and they can challenge for the title this season. So that obviously remains to be seen whether they can do that. Right, that is it for Manchester United. We'll be back with our final 2 previews over the next day or so. They will be Tottenham Hotspur and obviously West Ham United. But in the meantime, if you haven't seen any of the other videos, make sure you go check them out on our channel. Make sure you're subscribed as well with the post notification bell turned on so you never miss a video of ours, and that you follow us on Twitter and on Instagram for all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. And if you want to hear our full WSL preview, we will have a podcast out on Women's Football Talk. Just search that on any podcast site and we will have that out there ready for you. In the meantime, we'll see you soon.